Hi everyone, welcome to MSCR Makes. I'm Miss Julia, and today we're going to be making tie-dye coffee filters. For this project, you'll need some coffee filters. If you don't have any coffee filters, you can also use another very thin paper-like material, such as tissue paper. You'll need some water. If you have a spray bottle, it's fun to do it with a spray bottle, but if you don't, a bowl of water will work just as well. You'll need some markers and then something to set your tie-dye coffee filter on as it's drying. You might want either a plate or a piece of paper. I'll show you using both. I'll give you a second to pause the video and go gather all of your supplies. Now that you've had a minute to gather your supplies, I'm going to move some things out of the way. We're going to start with our markers and a coffee filter. The first thing I'll do is press out my coffee filter so that it is flat. The next thing I'll do is grab a marker. What I'm trying to do is draw a design. You don't have to make it a super fancy design because it's all going to turn tie-dye in the end. Try making a lot of different marks and see what happens. If you end up liking your coffee filter design drawing too much, you can just save it and not put the water on it. That's okay too. It's kind of fun to draw in a different material. I'm going to use lots of different colors on mine so that I can have a really cool tie-dye effect. But you can do yours however you want. So the next step is I'm going to get my markers out of the way, and I'm going to do this on a plate. You can also do it on another surface that is not porous and won't accidentally get marker on it, because this part is just a little messy. So I'm going to set my coffee filter onto the plate, and I'll do this one with my spray bottle. So what you want to do is spray, 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 and get your whole coffee filter super wet. Once you've done that, you can see how the colors start bleeding into each other. This is going to make a really cool tie-dye effect. You can set this aside either on a plate or on a piece of paper to dry. I think I'm going to put this one onto a piece of paper. If you use the paper, you'll get a second print too. And this is the part that you want to be careful about. If you have plates that you don't want to have staining on, make sure to try this out before you let the water dry on here. I'm going to go clean off this plate later. Also, if you do not have a spray bottle, you can use a small bowl of water. Here's another coffee filter design that I made earlier. If you're using the small bowl of water, all you need to do is dip your coffee filter into the water and let it creep up the sides. Can you see right here where the water is going up my coffee filter? If you want it to go a little faster, you can move it around a bit. I'll set this one aside to dry with the other one. So now you need to wait for them to dry. While you're waiting, you can do a few more. Depending on how wet they are, sometimes they take just a few minutes to dry, other times they'll take a bit longer. I'll show you one that I finished already. Here's the one I finished already. I left this one to dry on a piece of paper, so I'll actually get 2 pieces of art out of this. Do you see how this one now has a cool tie-dye effect instead of the lines that I made with the marker? And here's the piece of paper that it dried on. This one also has a cool tie-dye effect. I hope you have fun mixing colors and trying out different tie-dye patterns for all of your coffee filters. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!